Bada bang. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. Episode 39. What a journey. It's been a fun journey, man. I'm with the usual three musketeers. It's just us today. No guests. Your beautiful, lovely four wonderful black men holding it down. How y'all doing today, man?
We cool.
I'm here. I'm
I'm chilling.
I'm here.
Yeah,
That's
living.
That's what I can say.
Honestly, I've been feeling pretty good though. Honestly, I've been feeling pretty good mentally. That's what you can say.
Man, we out here cooling and vibing like them zebras in Upper Marlboro.
Hey man, zebras.
Here we go.
Whoa, yeah, we starting off with a funny one, y'all. So, this is about a few weeks ago, maybe two, when there was a video going around on social media of these dudes literally seeing zebras in Upper Marlboro. What's your opinion on that? What do you have to say about that?
How did they get out? Like,
free the zebras! Free the zebras!
No, like didn't like some storm come and like a bunch of animals from the zoo got out or something like that?
Something like that.
It was like a little like zebra farm, I think. But hey, that's the type of stuff that happened on like South 301 South. This is the exact type of stuff that happens on 301 South on the daily.
If you know, you know.
Like everybody knows, once you get past that Wawa, it's basically the Florida of PG County. Once you get past that Wawa.
But I was hearing things about people seeing them around PG Mall and stuff like that. So they didn't venture over.
Yeah, they migrated, man.
Hey man, they strolling.
Hey, I saw something.
Wait, Evan, I just peeped your name. You're wild.
And that's why I'm gonna bring these zebras to Bowie Town Center.
Bro, I tweeted earlier.
You gonna catch me
earlier. The Washington football team needs to change their name to the Washington Zebras.
That's almost dying,
man.
Bro.
And I'm gonna pull up to Bowie Town Center. All them zebras gonna follow me. We gonna pull up right to the fountain. And then we going in Party HQ. We going to that.
I knew you gonna say. I was like, wait, you gonna say HQ,
I'm taking them zebras to the motherfucking Five Guys.
I'm gonna give me a zebra. I'm gonna name him Marty.
Oh,
hey!
That should be the mascot.
Hey,
yeah, that's exactly what I said on Twitter, bro. I said Marty should be the mascot.
You remember in that movie, all Marty wanted to do was live in the wild. That nigga accomplished his dream.
Literally, yes,
he has accomplished his dream.
Yep. Hey, shout out to him, man.
Oh my goodness, bro. Jesus. But yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. That zebra shit is something else, man. Like,
I just want to see one before they capture them and put them back where they were.
They not gonna capture my mans. The zebra's free forever. They not capturing.
This man Evan is the representation of the Zebras Association. The ZA.
Zebra Association.
ZA. Captain of the ZA.
They ain't capturing shit. My zebra's gonna live forever.
Anyway, getting out the way, that was funny. When I saw that, I was fine. This oh Lord. I was like, I bet you that's the South of 301. And funny thing, I was in the area today. When you know.
Like I said, once you get past that Wawa, you basically going into Diet Florida.
He said
Diet, Great Value Florida, the Walmart.
Dollar store Florida. That's all of PG County once you get past the Wawa.
I wouldn't even call it Great Value, bro. Like more like Dollar Store, Dollar General, like shit.
This man said Diet Florida. Oh my God.
Bro, I'm never got the episode. I've never got the episode, bro.
Diet Florida, yes.
Honestly, Florida needs to go on a diet, to be honest.
I was either gonna say Diet
I love
Florida,
my Florida people, but
the DMV Zebras.
The DMV Zebras.
DMV Zebras.
Well, one of those could be the name of the episode, bro. It could be hilarious.
Well, that's a nice little roll to the tongue. DMV Zebras.
DMV Zebras. DMV Zebras. That's lit.
DMV Zebras.
Also,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Back on a more serious note. Literally today, a longtime veteran, announced his retirement from the NBA. I said Ja. JJ Redick. Jesus Christ. That
Shout out
Ja stuck in
Memphis.
my head. Shout out Memphis. But yeah, JJ Redick, man, what a career. Even though he's not gonna go down, he was never really an all-star. He was definitely the type of player you want on your team, man. Talk about straight buckets. I know Mark know about that. I know Mark
Yeah,
know
every
about
team
that
needed a
really good.
consistent shooter about that. Honestly, like
He
JJ
was
Redick
he was literally the guard that y'all needed. Y'all just literally
in
ran.
Philly. Yeah.
Y'all unfortunately ran into this Toronto Raptors that year.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I think if y'all would have beat the Raptors, y'all probably would have went all the way.
Probably. Yeah. Who never knows? Like who knows? Honestly,
No, they
Because
wouldn't.
because Milwaukee wasn't. I don't know. Milwaukee wasn't at full strength
no,
that year.
because
So
honestly, when you really think about it, Philly could have literally done exactly what Toronto did: build a wall and say, Giannis, you have to beat us by just. Because that's literally what Toronto did. They built up a wall. They had, and mind you, the special thing about
Are you talking
Toronto.
about winning the championship or just winning the East?
I'm gonna talk about winning the East.
Oh,
winning the
okay,
East.
Yeah,
I
winning.
thought you were talking about winning the championship.
No,
I was like,
winning
it's
the
not
East. No, they definitely would have got the East if they beat Toronto for sure. Because they literally they have the same personnel, arguably even a better personnel than the Raptors, because they would have just built a defense that, all right, bro, you got to beat us by jump shooting. And by then, Giannis hadn't really become that force that he is now, to where he's basically on style. Like Giannis kind of had to fall in order to learn to say, okay, I just gotta keep being aggressive. I just have to be truly aggressive and be a force and keep going, not kind of fall under whatever plan they're gonna make. So I think that definitely, y'all would have game up the East, but beating Golden State, I mean, I don't know.
would
Those
have been a
injuries,
task.
those injuries
Yeah.
would have still happened. So you never.
Yeah, it was
Because
unfortunate for
honestly, I
KD
think
that
we
year.
even said it at the time. I said, bro, that was fate right there, man. Because
Yeah.
it was like one after another after another after another. It was just so crazy. And then KD comes back and and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm like,
I
this
mean,
is
I don't
just
know. I
crazy.
mean, Sixers probably would have took advantage of that banged up Warriors team. I don't know. Who knows what happened that year?
I mean,
The Warriors had a disadvantage.
they would have won, but yeah, they would have won. I probably think even if they was healthy, they probably would have taken them to 6.
Mhm. I definitely
being
think for
honest.
sure y'all would have ran the East, because basically that Sixers Toronto series, that was the Eastern Conference Finals. Like if you watched it, that's not even a hot take. If you watched it at the time and how competitive those games were, it was like you had a sense of feeling, okay, whoever wins the series is gonna make it up. So
Basically,
y'all
yeah.
definitely made up the
Yeah.
East. Beating the Warriors is kind of like, I got to see how those injuries fall off. I got to see how the matchups go and everything. And y'all possibly could have won. 2019,
Yeah, that was a good
y'all
squad
were a good
that year.
team.
Because you had Jimmy Butler
If
that
I'm
year
not,
too.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, y'all had the best starting 5 in the league that year.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
supposed to go off. We were really
Yeah,
supposed
because
to like do something that year,
y'all had
but
Ben, JJ, Jimmy, Tobias, and B. Yeah, y'all had the best starting
yeah,
5 in the league.
yeah.
It's like everybody was basically scoring 17 points or more.
All efficient. Yeah, all 5 of them were efficient. Yeah.
Like people don't talk about the year. Like y'all, honestly, y'all literally just ended up running into the fucking Raptors, and Kawhi makes that crazy.
Kawhi Leonard, yeah.
Like,
Yep.
listen,
Yeah,
Shout out
they
Kawhi Leonard. He did what he did. Yeah.
they was a lucky bounce away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
for
But
sure.
that is what it is, to be honest.
It
Like
is
you
what
can't
it
even
is.
say nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Could have happened to anybody.
If
any
anyone
team,
says
really.
that's a like I hate when people are like, oh yeah, but that bounce could have happened. I don't want to hear that.
And wasn't that like a couple years after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and then you were just like, okay,
It
the
was
sports guys.
literally the year
It was like
after.
That was like
It
a
was like-
year and a
It
half
was
later.
the
It
year
was like
after.
it was like the sports
Yeah, after.
gods finally, okay, maybe they love Philly, and then two years
nope.
later, oh nope, nah, y'all just hate Tom Brady. That's just what it is.
No. Darien, let's add on to that. That bounce happened like a couple months after the Phillies signed Bryce Harper too. That was right after the Phillies signed Bryce
Damn,
Harper.
y'all going.
Yeah,
so
but
y'all
So
going,
yeah, this is just adding on to your point that maybe the sports guys said that maybe the sports guys
y'all
were
got
giving
real
Philly
mythical here.
we're giving Philly a break, and then they just said, yeah, nah.
Yeah,
Nah,
but that karma's
we
more
just
on
needed Tom Brady out of here.
that karma's more on Washington than it is on the Nats more than it is the Phillies.
I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't call that karma because the very next season we
that's
won
true.
the World Series.
That's true. That's true.
So it's
That's
like
true.
I wouldn't call that karma.
That's true.
Yo, dude. Shout out to y'all.
But let's talk about something that me and Evan were kind of talking about before we started. Well, in the NFL, you know, I'm gonna be honest. This is probably one of the best starts to the NFL season we've seen in a very, very long
Try.
time. Like
I
probably
love it.
in, like not even by the hold you probably close to 10 years. I'm not even trying. Like I'm trying to remember, watching it in middle school and high school. After that, yeah, probably in 10 years, but best start because all the primetime games have been good. Literally. They've all been entertaining. They've all been dramatic. They've all been, tuning me in all the way up to the end. So gotta give credit
Except
to
for
the
the Lions
NFL.
and Packers.
I mean, of course, other than
And
that.
even that
But that
game was
game-
close in the first half.
Yeah, it was
first
close
half,
in the
but yeah,
first half.
second half, I was like,
yeah.
about to
The
sleep.
second
I was
half, it
like,
was kind of the game kind of got out of control.
Aaron
But,
Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers showed his greatness. Yup.
A-Rod,
And those questions went out the window. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers back to the form. You can finally put that to rest.
The fact that there were even questions is just utterly disrespectful.
very
A-Rod,
disrespectful.
the GOAT, man.
But yeah, other than that, the primetime game's been good. Like I said, it's been nobody's been fucking around. Just like y'all know how it be sometimes some NFL say like the first 3 games, teams over here like playing around, trying to get into the groove of things. Now every team's kind of been coming out like ready for smoke, and I like that. So something that me and Evan talking about, like I said, the taunting rule that these officials that are calling it, bro, ridiculous, bro. Like y'all just want them to not show any reaction, man.
I think some of these officials don't even want to call it.
They don't.
But
They don't.
But it's at a point to where
Goodell, bro.
league officials are telling them that they have to, and that's the freaking problem. And it's just like, who are these dudes in suits who ain't never put on helmets and pads in their life and thrown around the football and forcefully ran their head into another human being? They've never done that in their life, or they've never played a contact or a sport in their life. Trying to sit here and say, oh, well, if you bulldoze through 6 defenders and get a first down, you can't sit there and just start flexing. Who wouldn't?
Right.
Football is the type of sport for that. It's rowdy, it's loud, it's in your face. It's that kind of sport. Football, basketball, and hockey are those kind of sports.
And especially football is like, bro, when you score that touchdown, that's pure euphoria right there.
But the thing is, I think football, and I heard someone talking about this. I have heard multiple people talking about this on multiple shows.
Shout out Joe Taylor. But yeah, go ahead. She had a really good point she brought up today.
I think the NFL is trying to appease these little corporate places, trying to make themselves out to be like this classy league, when you're playing I don't want to say dirty, but you're playing, I guess for lack of better words, you're playing a dirty game. You're playing a game in which you are literally trying to kill other humans. It is that type of grit, nasty, dirty, tough game that is football. At least in hockey, one thing that hockey is doing right, hockey embraces that grit, that grit. They embrace it. They understand that that's part of the game. But the NFL, it seems like they're trying to give off this clean look when there's hardly anything clean about the sport of football.
Exactly. And it's like, when you think about it, this is exactly the stuff they tried earlier with the touchdown celebrations. And you see how short that lasted. So and it's like Darien said, they're basically trying to take the trash talk out of football. But bro,
can't do that.
Trash talk is a part of the game, and it's not just football, it's every sport. Trash talk is a part of sports. When you accomplish something in a game, the first thing you're going to think of doing is like beating your chest about it. And
go ahead.
And as fans, that's what we like seeing. We like seeing players talk trash. We like seeing these celebrations. We like seeing these players be flashy, and it's like the NFL trying to take that away from us just seems like a bad business move, like for real.
And to think, and another point that now this one I got from Pat McAfee is, and I really do agree with him, is these are players that like they're playing for their freaking lives. This is a dream come true. They're making more money than they have ever touched in their lives, more money than anyone in their families for the next generations upon generations will ever touch. So to sit here and say that you make a play, which means maybe you're in a contract year, and Emmanuel Acho, he went on All the Smoke and he said at least get one highlight play, one play to where when it comes time for people to recruit you, for people to scout you, for people to draft you, and come contract time, they can look at and say, oh, this is the kind of player that this person is. So if you're a linebacker and you shoot that gap and you get you tackle the running back for a loss of yards, or you sack the quarterback, or if you're a corner and you get that pick, or you get that deflection, or you beat that receiver. This is them like just showing all the hard work and energy that they've put into this game for them to make that play. And it's just coming out vocally. Also, they're talking about players' feelings and this, that, and the fourth. A lot of guys, and
that's another thing. That's another thing. Sorry to cut you off, but bro, this is like the business of sports is that feelings get hurt.
Right.
There is no way around this.
Right. But if you're gonna talk about like if I'm Jalen Ramsey and I'm checking Stephon Diggs and I get the best of Stephon Diggs on one play, you see me go like this and you throw a flag, bruh, Stephon Diggs is my boy. This is bragging rights. This is for when we at each other's families cookouts in the off season, and I'll be like, yeah, you remember that play on second down? Yeah, I got you, didn't I? Yeah. And then it just starts the banter, and it's all friendly. Like you're not calling like you're not talking about someone's mama. You're not talking about someone's family.
It's just the game.
I mean, sure, and that's the reason why Deion Sanders and I believe it's Chad Ochocinco, like every time they see each other, what do? They line up. They line up, and it's the funniest.
So funny.
It's just the funniest thing
because both their old asses ain't about to do nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe Ocho.
Every time they line up across from each other, part of me really wants somebody to throw the ball. Part of me really wants somebody to just throw a ball.
But the thing is, maybe
and just see what happens.
Maybe Ocho is a little bit serious, but Deion like, I know I'm too old. I ain't doing this.
Yeah, he don't be caring, but he's like, oh shit, here we go. But yeah, it's sad how the NFL, like many sports, is just trying to take the banter, what makes sports so good. The banter, the trash talk, the back and forth. That's part of the entertainment. That's part of the game. You can't take that away because, like Darien said, these guys are getting more money than they could ever expect. They're the 1%ers, man. Like they're over here making money for generations, making their family come out of poverty. They're already naturally charged up, naturally in motion because they're playing to put food on the table. They're playing to get people houses over their head, cars, food, all that stuff. So it's just like the banter's gonna come, the back and forth is gonna come, and it's mainly friendly, like you said. Oh, go ahead.
What did I tell you? What did I say that he was going to do? What did I say that he was going to do? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. What did I tell you?
I literally knew he was gonna do it. I just knew it was gonna be this early, bro. Yo, this
Love
man
you,
started.
Mark.
He started the tea,
We love you, Mark.
and the episode just started, bro. I was expecting like around the middle, or maybe the end, bro. This man said, "Fuck it, I'm doing that shit now."
He said, "Fuck it, fly Eagles fly."
Yep. He said, "You know what? I'm showing my colors tonight. Showing my stripes."
Hey,
But
that's
And
good.
for those at home, y'all know why this is extra bold? Because the Eagles just got done scoring 11 points.
Oh no, we're
Yep.
gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
but yeah, just to
These
cut off
Bama
that
scored
whole
11 points.
just to cut off the whole time, there's like taunting back and forth, the banter, the trap. Like you can't take that out of the sports. That's what makes sports sport. That's what makes it great. We live for that. We live for the rivalry. We live for them lining up on each other, them going to each other face like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to fucking hit this shit on
And
you, and you
bro,
gonna do nothing about it. Like we live for that. That's what makes sports so entertaining. Other than the beautiful stories and the rags to riches successes and all that other stuff and the
and
fun
honestly,
storylines, it makes the game full. It fills in a lot of the gaps. It
and
kind of makes
truthfully,
us feel
so
like we're there on the field with
Yeah.
them.
right there, and this is exactly why I got a appreciation for HBCU sports, because like MEAC, SWAC, CIAA, SIAC, all of them just embrace this trash talk. Like they don't run from it; they embrace it. This is who HBC. This is what HBCU sports are at the core. Not just the trash talk, but also like the atmosphere, and the trash talk also is a big part of it. Not just from the players, but from the fans, the band,
The band, especially. It's
everybody
like a
at
culture
the
thing.
game talk smack. Everybody at the game
and the-
talk smack.
And the thing is, the flexing, the trash talking, the banter, the yelling, that fuels the fans because the fans are
Yes.
already rowdy. So it's just like I'm gonna use going to old Washington racist term games because this is what they are. Well, what they were. And I remember remember whenever Ryan Kerrigan gets a sack, he goes up there and he flexes or he'll salute.
Do that little WWE pose.
And the same thing, and Clay Matthews doing the same thing, and Cam Newton dabbing and hitting the folks on everybody.
And a little Superman joint.
And Zeke Eaton. Like
and also let's add on to that. Let's not act like Antonio Brown did not have the whole city of Pittsburgh twerking for like half of the 2016 season.
Bruh, you wanna know what makes that even more funny?
What?
Is that we were there.
we was at that game too.
Bruh, we was at the game.
Let me tell y'all, I was sick when that happened, dog. I was sick.
Bro, we was in the concourse getting food when he scored, and
then we look up and here's this man throwing ass on the jumbotron.
And I'm just sitting here like, I love it. Every Washington fan there is pissed off.
I was sick as hell, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the NFL used to find the hell out of Antonio Brown that season. It got ridiculous.
I don't even think they fined him that much for that.
Yeah, it wasn't too much.
Yeah, but then they find he did it again and they fined him again or something like that. Then they took away the rule. Then that's when they added it back. It's dumb. I don't know. They can't even let players do anything these days though in the NFL.
I mean, they still have certain rules. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, as I'm saying, no fun league. I mean, I can understand the taunting rule because like sometimes the taunting rule is basically saying like players don't need to be disrespectful because we have seen instances where a player have done disrespectful taunts and everything that's caused fights and stuff like that. But other than that, it's not much you can really do about a player like getting hyped up after a play. That's just like different. I mean the most like disrespectful thing I've probably seen was T.O. dancing on like what was it, the Dallas Star? That's probably it. But
hey, yo, he should have got knocked out for that.
But other than that, man, I mean, yeah, we haven't really seen a major incident like that. No, I forgot that player when the Steelers this past Sunday, he did get fined for like spitting in that player's face, or something like that. I don't forgot the player who it was. That was kind of wild.
That one actually did cross the line because like we in the middle of a whole ass pandemic, dog.
But you spit on anybody's face.
No, you spit on anyone. You spit on anybody's face.
Anytime. That's wild.
Of course,
like what the fuck? Like you lucky that didn't turn into something bigger, bro.
Spitting with somebody is the highest form of disrespect, yes. But I'm saying on top of that, we still in a pandemic, dog.
Yeah, there's even more reasons why I made him more wild. NFL definitely needs to punish him for that. But other than that, it's not too much you can do. Like NFL, like Darien was saying, it's adrenaline. Like it's a physical sport. NFL is the most physical sport we know. Like really, that exists. So like after like what's we call it, a maul somebody, or after like a run over like one or two like full grown men or something like that and get a touchdown, hell yeah, I'm gonna be excited. And I'm getting paid millions to do this. The hell, like, hey, that's life. I mean, you live in a life to do that. So I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna celebrate. We're not robots. The players have emotions. Like, I don't understand what the NFL is trying to do. Like, to really just just no like celebration taunting rules, stuff like that. Count the players, I guess dance. I don't know. I don't get it. It's petty to me. Yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of problems though.
Sure. Right. So, what is your biggest takeaways from week 2?
All right, so my biggest takeaway is the NFC East is wide open, and the AFC North is actually more wide open than we thought.
AFC North, it is.
AFC North is more wide open. Let me add one more too. Everybody thinks the worst division in football is the NFC East. The AFC North is coming for that crown.
Remember who was in the AFC North again?
It's the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the
AFC South.
No, South. You mean South?
What do you mean
South?
Oh yeah, I did say South. I did say South. Like wait, I meant South.
The AFC North. That's me. That's
yes, I said AFC North.
That's Ravens, Steelers,
Browns.
The Texans,
so like what I meant.
That's us.
What I meant. Yeah. So that's what I meant. Let me rephrase that. The AFC North just might be, probably is the worst division in football. The AFC South.
AFC South.
AFC North is us. That's why I asked you. I was like,
I caught it the second time, man. I just had
I put 2 and 2 together.
I had AFC North on the brain,
but you was on the way.
But it's like, bro, because it's like, bro, you got a Titans team that has no secondary. You have a Colts team that has no quarterback.
Also, a Texas team that just redid the whole roster.
I'm getting to them. You got the Jaguars, who are the Jaguars, and then you got a Texans team who I'm convinced, when all is said and done, is somehow going to be worse than that.
I just love how you said the Jaguars. That just explains that.
Jaguars are more of an upside than Houston this year.
I mean, they do. The
Jaguars have more of an upside
because
Texans, they're the franchise.
Because I mean, they got Trevor Lawrence. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got James Robinson. They got Travis Etienne.
Jaguars might be the best team in like the AFC South.
At least has
give it 3 more seasons.
Jacksonville at least has somewhat of a future.
Because Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be a stud. James Robinson is going to be a stud. They got receivers are going to be a stud. Like Jacksonville definitely has a future. I
don't know what the hell going on in Houston. Like
Houston, we have a problem.
They probably just gonna cut the MLB playoffs on and call it a day.
Bro, it's the Astros. That's why Houston's going through this bullshit. Like, it's telling you, it's all karma for the whole city. Astros, they never got punished, and so therefore it's happened to the Texans.
The city of Houston.
Oh my goodness!
Like, how do you go from having DeAndre Hopkins and JJ Watt? Like, come on, you had like all of these Pro Bowlers, and you lost them all within 1 year. Like, and then Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's not get started with him. Like, golly, Houston can't catch a break. Ooh, man. Well, it's karma, bro.
The funny thing is, Thursday night football, if I'm not mistaken, it is Carolina versus Texas. Yes, it's the Carolina.
That's going to be a boring ass game.
Matter of fact, let's talk about Thursday night football this past
let's just get into it.
Because me and Darien, we was talking about this at Nats Park on, what was it, Friday?
Yeah.
Bro, the Giants straight up meted. They had this win. I'm not going to hold you. They had this win right in their hands, and we gave it to them. But then they just fumbled.
And I'm happy they did. I'm happy y'all won. Like, I think everybody that wasn't, all non-New Yorkers are laughing at the Giants because they just, it's just Giants fans. Seeing New York sports fumble is just funny.
There's a difference between how they're approaching the Giants and how they're approaching the Jets. The Jets, they're being patient with because, like, they basically came out and said, we're not going to be like that good right now. We're building up for the future. That's what the Jets basically out here saying. The Giants, though, they ain't got no excuse. The
You got
Giants,
Saquon.
the Giants have no more excuses because they finished like NFC East was as bad as it was, and the Giants were this close to winning it. Plus, they've surrounded Daniel Jones with what on paper is a pretty good receiving core, and what
Kenny
should have,
Galladay.
what should have been a good defense, but it is what it is on that front. So basically,
that defense is the reason why I thought the Giants were gonna win the East.
And then they got torn apart by Teddy Bridgewater and Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, but
Heineke.
But I do want to say this. I want to say this about the Texans, and I want to say this about that Thursday night game. Number one, Mark, you was the one to say that Monday night game was going to be a boring game, and it was nothing but boring. But it was everything aside from boring, as I should have said.
I changed my take on that, yeah, but you're right.
But you did. But I think that Texans now prior to Teddy Bridgewater getting hurt. I mean, not Teddy Bridgewater. Tyrod Taylor getting hurt. I was thinking that this Texans Panthers game was going to be better than what people thought, because these are two, like, I don't want to say that the Texans are sneaky good, but I think the Texans
they got hard.
Yeah, they got hard. They beat the living hell out of the Jaguars, and they gave the Browns a run for their money. And honestly, I think I still think Tennessee wins that division, but I think that with how iffy the Colts are looking, because Carson Winston sprained both of his ankles. Who else? The Titans, like you said, their secondary sucks, and the secondary sucks, and the Jaguars are who they are. You know, I think the Texans can maybe sneak in there and be a little sneak and just be a buzzsaw for the Titans. I don't think they'll finish last in that division, and I do think it's crazy how Tyrod is hurt, and here comes Davis Mills, and everyone's like, "Well, Deshaun Watson," and David Kelly's like, "No, he's not going to be active for this next game. Don't even think about it."
That'd be a horrible PR move, and they know it.
Yeah, and I'm with Stephen A. on just saying, just put him on the commissioner's exempt list, so we don't even have to worry about this.
And then after that, call Cam Newton.
I mean, they'll part.
Pittsburgh is thinking about getting him, bro.
There are three teams.
Pittsburgh's thinking about getting him.
No, there's three.
And
teams.
Pittsburgh makes more sense, actually. It really
does.
There's
three teams that need to be at least calling about Cam Newton right now. It's the Texans, it's the Steelers, and it's the Dolphins, because Tua's out.
Yeah,
I want to see him in Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh, he has weapon. Bro, Pittsburgh might actually be a tough team. I hate to say
Pittsburgh got weapons, but Miami does too.
But Pittsburgh, yeah,
Miami does too. Mike Gesicki, they got Will Fuller, they got
Cam. Like, you got Chase Claypool, you got Juju, you got you got Najee Harris. Like, that's a good weapon. That's the weapons that Cam Newton needs to see him back in his bag. Honestly, players that are already developed. We don't know about Najee Harris yet, but we've seen him do pretty good already. So I think Pittsburgh would be a perfect. Actually, to me, that fit makes more sense, because Big Ben. Let's be real, Big Ben. He I don't know if he's going to even last this full season. We seen his toughness, but he's Asian. Like, he's reality right now with him. And Cam Newton, he still has that drive, and with weapons like with Juju Smith, like young players like Juju Smith, Chase Claypool, they need a QB like somebody with Cam Newton swagger and personality. Shoot, that's the perfect fit. Not all uptight. A coach like Mike Tomlin. Shoot, hey, bro, Pittsburgh would be a lit city with Cam Newton. I'm for it.
Yeah,
hey, it makes all the sense. I'm saying it right now in this podcast episode.
Yeah,
I remember hearing me saying it.
I would love to see Cam in Pittsburgh. But one of my other takeaways from this past week in football is actually I got like three things. Well, probably more than three, because I'm probably gonna say more than three, because I'm gonna keep thinking of stuff. Number one, the Cowboys That Cowboys Chargers game made me so mad on so many levels. More so because the Chargers just made stupid penalties, and it's just like it just seems like every year the Chargers just find ways to lose, and they had 2-3 touchdowns called back because of penalties. And granted, Dallas had their fair share of penalties too. Like especially that one on that punt when it was like 4th and 20, and they roughed the kicker. That was a bonehead penalty. But what is it? But this Dallas team, I mean, it's early. I don't really want to like give too big of a prediction, but this is a good team. And I say that because, and this is a team that could possibly make a run. And I say that because when you have as good of an offense as the Cowboys do, you need a defense that can at least get off the field. And not only can this defense had this defense shown that they can get off the field, although they had again a few bad penalties on 3rd and long. They did give up some, a couple first downs on 3rd and long. They did, and they also had that terrible penalty on 4th and 20. But we are a bend, like we'll bend, but we won't break. Like you may get into the red zone, but we'll force you to kick field goals. And what's also great about this defense that we didn't really have last year is we're taking the ball away. We're forcing turnovers, and also we're finding ways to win. Like we found a way to win this game. This is something where over the last couple years, this type of game that we played against the Chargers, 8 times out of 10, we're losing. So that's that with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are a good enough team to maybe make a run. It's only week 2 going on week 3. I could be very wrong about that. So I'm just going to I'm not married to this. Also, another thing is I stand by the Eagles will suck, but they won't suck as bad as we think they will, because there is no way, shape, or form that you get that long 91-yard completion from your 2-yard line to their like 5-yard line,
and then don't score,
and you don't score, and then and then on top of that, what they lost by 12?
6. They lost by 6.
You lost by 6.
So you lose by.
We didn't lose
by
that bad.
6.
Yeah, we're just gonna finish drives. Yeah,
and that's the same issue with the Chargers.
We're gonna finish drive. Honestly, it wasn't even a bad loss for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that is the same issue with the Chargers. They are consistently bad at finishing drives. Because I mean, I've seen the stats from both the game against the Cowboys and the game against Washington. The consistent part: 400 yards of total offense against Dallas, 17 points.
Empty stats. That's what it is, bro.
400 yards of total offense against Washington, 20 points. Bro, this team is just a master of leaving points on the board. And the scary thing is they got to play the Chiefs next. If you leave points on the board like that against the Chiefs, not only are you not going to win, you're going to get your ass whooped.
Honestly, when it comes to teams like the Chargers, it's like a discipline issue, because like you have like a discipline issue. You have all of that talent. Like you have like Keenan Allen, you got Austin Eckler, like you have all the weapons you need. You got Justin Herbert, who's a stud. And then but you have all these big stats to make these plays, but they still lose games. That's what it comes down to. Like you're making mistakes and like not finishing drives. And that's why I finally realized it. That's the issue with the Chargers. They just can't finish drives. It's like mistakes.
Let me just ask one question though. Going back to that Cowboys Chargers game one last time. That sack they had on Justin Herbert. How exactly was that a sack? But then what the Titans did to Russell Wilson was not a sack. Like it looked like the same play to me.
It wasn't a sack, and I guess that's 2 different officiating crews. But if anything, it still would have been the same thing because if it wasn't a sack, it was going to be intentional grounding.
But because the whole kill, I don't even think they called that. I don't even think they called that. They said he was down at the 1 yard line. That was the official ruling.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think they didn't call the reason why they didn't call intentional grounding is because they ruled him down. That's the reason why they didn't call it. But if they didn't call it a sack, it was going to be grounding because he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage and there was no receiver in the vicinity of where he threw the ball. But I do want to say this: Justin Herbert's a bad man.
He is.
That is one bad son
on my fantasy team.
But you were talking about the Chiefs earlier, and I just want to say if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year, it is going to be primarily because of Patrick Mahomes, because that defense is atrocious.
Oh, we got to talk about that Ravens-Chiefs Sunday night game. I know Sanfa ready to talk about that one.
That defense
Lamar Jackson did a cartwheel, man.
that had both of us like, wait a minute.
Yeah, me and Darren like, huh?
But wait. I want to talk about me and Sanfa at Buffalo Wild Wings because there are two things that actually no, three things that happen. So we get to Buffalo Wild Wings, we get to the table, they don't serve us. The lady doesn't come to us until 30 minutes after we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we order our food, and mind you, when we ordered our food, it was maybe midway through the first quarter, maybe second quarter. It was still the first half.
It was midway through the first. I remember the game had basically just started.
We didn't get our food till midway through the third quarter.
Yeah,
that's the second thing, and the third thing is when I tell you that waitress was very handsy. She was very handsy and flirtatious, bro.
If I see her again on Monday, I'm shooting my shot.
No. She walked by us, rubbed her hand across both of our backs, and said, "Bye, boys." And I said, we both looked at each other like, "Did that shit really happen?"
Right. And if I had expected that, bro, I would have got it. But like, hey, listen, hold up, real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. Like, what's?
I'm like, bitch, you got your tip. Like, right. I mean, you was cool.
Right. You was cool. Right.
Like you was cool peoples, and you was you was transparent about everything that was going on. I mean, everything that went on wasn't really your fault. But come on, bro, you got your tip. You ain't got no. Please stop it. Stop it now.
And the funny that made it worse, I was the one that tipped her. Darien didn't. That's what made it.
I didn't. Well, I guess. Yeah, I gave her. I didn't give her cash, but I put it on the.
I always try to tip because I've been a waiter before, and those tips they really mean a lot, y'all.
Right, and don't those card tips like go to the whole store?
You have to split it, yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that's why. And if you notice, every time we go out, I don't give tips off the card. I just give them the cash. I give it to her or whoever we're being served by, because that little $3-4 they got to split among everybody. So just so you know. But yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings was fun because not only we're watching it, me and Darren got into we was in a different stratosphere.
Oh, that was probably the deepest conversation we'd have ever been in.
That was
a great conversation.
But when I tell you, the game was here, we were in outer space. It was great. I was thinking about recording it. I was like, nah, I know it's too natural to do that. But yeah, let's talk about.
I was gonna say that was a podcast conference. That was a podcast type of conversation.
It might come up tonight, y'all. I don't know.
All right, cool.
But anyway. This Ravens Chiefs game, man. This was a statement game right here because not only after week 1 we freaking lose to the fucking Raiders, the
Raiders just blow.
Shout out Zay Jones.
Out of me, dog.
They 2-0, bro.
They are blowing me.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, that was yikes. And then just even. You have the whole thing with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, and you have the whole thing of the Chiefs is Lamar's kryptonite. They were pushing this narrative hard, right?
Bro, did you see that graphic?
That graphic was savage, bro. like, but Mark, you're good. It felt like I was watching a WWE program, bro. I was like, what the hell? You know, I remember they used to do a little tall the tape where you be like, oh yeah, this person weighs this much, this person did this. Yeah, like back in the day,
and then pre-match.
It was like about every big man, they have like a tall of the tape. You know, this guy's 6'5", this other guy's 6'2". Like it was ridiculous. I was like,
weighs this much, right?
Weighs this much, or he's done this, or he's a 3-time champion. No, he's a doctor of thugonomics. Like,
what? Giving a whole bio. Like,
that shit was so stupid. I was saying, like, bro, graphics crazy, but yeah, the reason why I thoroughly enjoyed the Chiefs versus Rams game because it was like a seesaw, man. Them Chiefs was fucking us up in that second quarter, bro. That second quarter, in that third quarter, bro. Godly, like me and Darren were deep into our conversation, and there was nothing I could say. Like I was watching, I was like, bro, what do you want me to say? like we were just getting fine. Like I can't even try to articulate how bad it was. Like the Chiefs were breaking our defense apart. They were making their plays. We couldn't stop them for the second or third quarter, bro. Like first quarter was fine. You know, the game, it was like if I'm not mistaken, the end of the first quarter, it was like 14-7. And we basically could have tied it up, but we ended up missing on a few of the drives. It is just, and it was a fucking, I'm pretty sure there was an interception. Off what I remember. Yeah, there was an interception. See, my memory's so sharp. But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, like that first quarter was fine. Second, third quarter, bang. Fourth quarter, it's like, all right, I'm sitting here like, listen, Ravens, you got to come in the clutch. And Lamar Jackson, he did his thing. And I always tell people, I'm like, listen, man. And even me and Darren say, we like, he's getting more comfortable kind of throwing the ball in his long ball, but he needs to practice it. He needs to take more time, practice that because you could tell sometimes he gets jittery, like he wants to run. You could tell like even just by his basic, but he wants to run or he wants to try and kind of dump it off. But it's like, man, that's just not that you can't be a super elite quarterback at the top of the elite and can't throw the football, man. But he proved himself, man. He did what he had to do, especially down the stretch. That cartwheel fucking touchdown shit will forever kill me, bro. Like, this man real life did a whole spin. I was like, ayo, go the fuck ahead, but you deserve it, man. You did what you had to do. And with the stats that Lamar's put up in his first two games, you just don't see that, bro. They're not common. They're not common, man. So that's really all I have to say about that. I feel like we have one of the best. Obviously, we always have a top 10 defense in the league, but I feel like our defense is really going to be taken to another level. And if Lamar can unlock him throwing the ball, and especially doing his long ball, I think the Ravens could be a legitimate threat this season because we have all the pieces. Even with the injuries we suffered, we have all the pieces.
Yeah, and that's what's so impressive is y'all did that. Your best corner was out. No, like 3 of your best corners were
our corner is fucking fucked. Like whole corner rotations.
You basically were playing with running backs off the street. Everything was just so out of whack for y'all, but y'all found a way, and I salute that because I really thought Pat Mahomes was going to go in there and do what he always does.
No, bro. I gotta understand. This is even before the season started, bro. I remember we were talking about it. I said our first home game is against the Chiefs. That's gonna be a show. And he was like, I don't know, but I mean, my homeboy, he might shut you out the stadium. I was like, we gotta see.
I did say that.
You said that multiple times. Multiple times. But mind you, it was warranted. It was warranted. That's why I was even mad about
it. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. And well, I think Bio called me a Lamar Jackson hater, and I don't hate Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. I've been a fan of his since, I mean, pretty much when everyone else was fans of his when he won the Heisman. When he went on and won the Heisman. But I guess I'm just one of those people where it's kind of like, okay, you're good at running the football. You're as good at running the football as a quarterback. You're probably just as good as some of these running backs. However, your throwing ability is average. But what I will give Lamar Jackson is his running ability makes up for that, and how good the Ravens' running game is. And
this is the Ravens running game that was supposed to be just dead in the water. By the way, they was supposed to. It was supposed to be Lamar Jackson is now the only one running, but like the whole kill is, and I'm gonna let you get back to your point. The Ravens, if you look on NFL stats, they have the top rush offense.
I was actually just about to bring that up.
And the cherry on top. 4 rushing touchdowns this season. Guess how many of those were Lamar?
Was it
1?
1. Okay.
1. Only one of those was Lamar, and that was a little somersault one.
Right, yeah, it was just fucking shit that I was talking about. Nigga did a cartwheel.
Yeah, Baltimore's backup running backs, they've been proving or showing up, and I respect it, honestly. They haven't been letting that, the circumstances like affect them. It's like if you have talent, man, the work you put in. Hey, that don't matter, bro. You made it to the NFL for a reason. You're in the NFL spot for a reason. So hey,
definitely.
Shout out.
And I feel like not to cut down, but the NFL really is more when you talk about the listen, we're gonna put you in position. It's about what you do, bro. Your play is gonna dictate what's gonna happen next. I feel like the NFL is more of a prove-it league. Like, of course, you have your top tier and you have your consistent play, but this off how I've been watching for all these years. The NFL is more of a league where people can come in that's complete unknowns and just ball the fuck out. Like, ball out, over exceed expectations, and not only earn them a contract, but earn them a place in the league. Like, that happens way more in the NFL than any other sports league I can think of. Because it's more directed on how you actually play. It's not like a lot of reputation, if you guys get what I mean. I just had to bring that point up.
NFL is a big platform, so like you got to like put your full effort, like to get that opportunity in the NFL. It's like you're on a big stage, with a big fan base, so it's like
and that could be because the NFL
come out of nowhere,
right?
And
I think it's because the NFL is way heavily more position based. I think that's why that is really a thing. I think that's really it because it's just like you of course you have your versatile players, but it's offense or defense. It's not both. if you sports says you get what I mean.
Yeah, I actually forgot where I was going with my point.
No, you was basically saying like you mess with Lamar Jackson, but you want to see him prove that he can throw the long one.
This is and this is why like I always said that I have Josh Allen over Lamar. Like if you ask me who would I pick? Like exclude Patrick Mahomes, like my top 5 quarterbacks, or these young quarterbacks, is Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, flip-flopping whichever way you want, Justin Herbert, and then it's Lamar. And so, and that's literally just because
Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson.
That's
close.
That's close. Hold on. We'll get to that.
Go ahead, bro.
Last week I said Kyler Murray is straight up illegal. This man does not need to be in the NFL. He is illegal. He's a cheat code. Kyler Murray should be banned from the NFL for the stuff that he does on a week-to-week basis.
Derek, you know what happens if they do that? Then he goes over to MLB and does the same stuff.
You're right. You're right.
He goes over to MLB and does the same stuff.
But what I'm saying, but the thing with Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray is literally doing everything that we want Lamar Jackson to do. Kyler Murray can run. He's fast. He's quick. He got the moves like Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. But he also has a cannon arm that he throws in a bucket consistently. And I say that Justin Herbert, I would choose Justin Herbert over Lamar strictly because for me, The type of quarterback I want is a quarterback that'll sling that thing. Lamar not slinging nothing. Lamar just going to run it down your throat. I don't want that because then that sets up my quarterback to get hurt. I want to stand in there, get out the pocket if I can, and just fling it.
RG3. That's all I have to say about that.
RG3, Kyler Murray, Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, who don't get the credit that he deserves.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's very underrated for sure. 100%. I don't hear people talking about him enough. That man is a monster.
Russell Wilson is the black Andrew Luck. He's so great, but people just look over him because he's such a nice guy.
Hey, if you've been watching the NFL long enough, you know how greasy Andrew Luck was, especially back in the day. Like 2013, 2014.
This man would catch a shoulder pad to the chest and then be laying on the ground telling you good hit.
Literally.
Bruh, yes.
You can't tell me that ain't throw nobody off. That was a great hit. Wait, what?
Bro.
Oh my god. Yikes. But whew, that was funny. So stupid, yo. But yeah, like that Russian stuff, man. I agree with Darien. That's the thing I always worry about Lamar. I'm like, man, this man's always an injury. Like, yeah, he got the moves and stuff, but when you're running all the time, RG3 is the part. I brought him up because he's literally the example of a Russian quarterback that basically ended up costing his career because he couldn't throw.
Well, no, RG3 could throw.
No. RG3 could throw. It's just he kept getting hurt.
But really,
he was injured,
his injuries was part
Seattle
of
game,
not only his own stubbornness, but also the Skins medical staff. Mm-hmm. They should have never let that man play.
And the O-line simply couldn't block him. They just
yeah.
The O-line couldn't block.
Y'all remember
that O-line was our O-line at the time was Trent Williams and nobody else.
Yeah, and then also FedEx Field notoriously has the worst field conditions of any team in the NFL.
He got the injury. I think it was like in the rain. I think it was like in the rain.
It was a home game, I remember, because it was against us. It was against us.
Y'all was the ones that broke his leg.
It was against us.
I remember that game. That broke his leg. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
It wasn't just the Ravens. It was Haloti Nada.
Why did you do that, bro? For what reason?
I think it was a safety too. That's made it. I think it was a safety.
What did we do to you, bro?
It was a D tackle. It was a D tackle. It was a spawn.
No, I'm talking about it was a safety.
It was the spawn of Umaga.
No, I'm talking about the play was a safety. He got tackled. He got sacked in the end zone. That's when he twisted his leg. Yeah, I think they ended up getting a safety too to the defense. Yeah, the other team. Because that's when he went down. I remember that game
so well, bro. I was probably one of the very few Ravens fans in the arena, bro.
It was.
It was horrible. I was at that game, y'all. Oh my goodness, that just brought back memories. Life used to be fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's some dark time for Washington.
Life used to be
dark time for the That's
yeah. A lot of them, the 3 and 13 seasons. Yeah, I ain't forget. That was some dark times, man.
I don't know about y'all, but I love the Kirk Cousins era.
Oh no, we know that, bro. This man made Kirk Cousins the 2K.
The Kirk Cousins era was just a different vibe.
Mm-hmm. Kirk Cousins was fun. I'll give you guys that. But yeah, like that Russian stuff, man. You gotta have an arm.
You gotta be careful with it.
And you gotta be careful too. Can't be stubborn too. Like I said, RG3. That man was really trying to die in his own morals. It didn't make no damn sense. I'm like, bro.
The only thing with rushing when you're a rushing quarterback is you want to slide like you're sliding into second base. Sometimes and Andrew Luck was like this too, where he would run and instead of getting down and sliding, Andrew Luck would see Khalil Mack coming at him and say, "Oh, I'm pussy." Nah, and run right into him.
Yeah, that's a good point because I heard RG3 actually he got advice. I forgot which national player, but you would actually get advice on how to slide though. Properly slide because that's like valuable when it comes to like a QB who's like considered a rusher, but doesn't need to get hit to preserve your body. Yeah, like actually, football like QBs are actually like ex MLB players. How to properly slide. That's kind of interesting. And RG3 he never knew how to properly slide, and that definitely messed him up too. Like he would just take the eat it, and it cost him. Got how to properly slide.
Yeah,
Unfortunate for him though.
man. Speaking of the NBA season is coming back. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Mark, if you want to talk about this. We don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. You want to talk about this Ben Simmons nonsense?
No, not really. I really don't. I heard enough about it.
Okay, thank God. I
didn't
want to talk about it.
I
was thinking about it earlier.
There's like
nothing
not
more to talk about. Yeah,
I didn't want to talk about it.
It's just that the man is just going to get signed. His man is going to get fined damn near $250,000 a game. Okay, that's his pocket. I really don't give a fuck at this point. Right. He doesn't know me. Anyway, moving on from him. Like it sounds like rich people problems to me at this point with Ben Simmons. I'm tired of it, bro. It's not even basketball.
I'm so happy y'all said I did not want to talk about that shit. But to the NBA, we go. What the season's about to start. Training camp is starting next week. So, what players should we be looking out for this season?
Well, this season, I feel like we gonna get a pretty good sophomore year from LaMelo Ball. I tell you,
I was gonna say that
we gonna get a good sophomore year from Melo.
I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Darien. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll say LaMelo Ball, Rui.
Rui is definitely gonna be better.
Look out for Rui Hachimura, Davion Mitchell,
Jonathan Kuminga.
Jonathan Kuminga.
The baby Donovan Mitchell.
And Kyle Kuzma.
That's gonna be interesting. I want to see him prove himself.
Kyle Kuzma is gonna be that player that's gonna be.
I want to see how
he's
gonna be in the DMV, bro. Yeah, I want to see him.
Kyle Kuzma is gonna be that player.
Look out for Kyle Kuzma.
Like he's gonna be that player.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, this man lagging. But no. I'm gonna say what Evan's
gonna be that player that's way better than everybody thinks. He has. Oh damn, my connection really unstable.
No, you're good. You're good now. It kind of lagged for a second. You're good.
All right, so basically, Kyle Kuzma has, in a way, lower expectations than he did in LA, and I don't say that because the Lakers are expected to win the finals. I say that because he's out of the LA market, so people are gonna stop talking about Kyle Kuzma like he's supposed to be like the next Kobe or the next Magic. Now he's finally allowed to be Kyle Kuzma, like himself. So
and that was just like my whole problem with people that was talking about him. And also he gets to have an actual role on a team now instead of having it fluctuate. I've been trying to tell that to people for the longest, but they don't want to listen to me. They're acting like Kyle Kuzma, like you said, is the next spawn of James Worthy. Like, he's not that.
Like as if everybody
that season he had, that's what everyone's talking.
Everybody who comes to the Lakers gotta walk on court at Staples Center and then instantly turn into either Kobe, Magic, Kareem, or Shaq. That's the expectations they have for everybody that joins the Lakers.
Here's the take I'm gonna take. Like Kyle Kuzma, right? Take this, right? He's over exceeding the expectations we set for him. Because think about it. He's the 27th pick. He was almost in the second round. He's over exceeded every expectation of your normal 27th overall pick. Do y'all remember when people saying they were comparing him to Tatum? Like, bro, this man came in the league scoring 18 points a game. An efficient 18 points per game. Right. So, first year is amazing. Second year, LeBron comes. He's basically the second fielder to LeBron. He's getting his post touches. He's getting his one of his slashing plays. He's getting some threes up. And then they get Anthony Davis. And I think I said this before. Anthony Davis coming to LA, and I said it when it happened. That was gonna fuck up Kyle Kuzma because there's no way you're telling me that you're gonna start with LeBron, AD, and Kyle Kuzma at the floor at the same time. It's just not gonna happen. It was not gonna happen. So he got moved to the bench, and that was probably the worst thing that could happen to Kyle Kuzma because his role was always changing. Oh, he's a shooter. Oh, he's a stretch. He's a small forward. Oh, No, he's a stretch 4. Oh no, he's
Now
supposed
he's
to
a
play
primary
defense.
defender.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I was just saying now. Oh, now he got to play perimeter defense. Oh, now he
I
got
don't
to
know
do this.
what he can do at this point.
Like
Yeah,
literally, it's
bro.
like
You
imagine
just can't consistently set on
every
like a
game
playing
pulling up to the
style.
arena. You don't even know what your role's gonna be. It's switching every week, every few weeks. Almost every
You don't know
game
how
is
to
kind of
practice.
changing. You don't even know how to
Like, yeah.
exactly how to do practice, how to do the drills properly, because you don't even know what the hell you're about to be doing. So now, and I'm saying before, I can't wait till the Lakers come to DC because I want to be in that arena wearing that Kyle
Oh,
Kuzma.
we all gonna be in
We're
You
there.
gonna
better
be
get
there.
tickets fast.
We all gonna be in
Well,
there.
Darian's gonna be there regardless. Like, shoot,
We're gonna
man,
be
lucky
there.
him. But
I want to be
honestly,
wearing the
just
Kyle
let me know the
Kuzma.
dates because I will
Right.
request off that day. I'll
I'll
be there.
cross off the
Honestly,
day,
Oh,
yeah.
you said
I haven't been
what
to a
day?
Wizards game.
You
Yeah, I haven't
said
been to a Wizards game in so long. Yup,
you
and I
said
know
what
tickets
day?
really aren't that much either. So,
Oh yeah,
shoot.
they cheap. They cheap. Yeah,
Yeah, ticket Wizards and
the
that
first
tickets are
home
like the
game
cheapest.
first home game October 22nd. But like, let me see when the Lakers are coming.
I think it's like either January. It's like I think it might be next year.
Oh, more than
It's
enough
either
time.
late this year or next year. But
it's late in the season because I'm already in the February part of the schedule.
So it's
wait, hold up.
like March.
Yeah, I found it. It's March 19th.
I'd had a feeling it was March.
Shit.
So it's basically
March 19th.
March
I thought it
19th.
was
So that's
closer than that.
around the trade deadline.
So that's basically gonna be spring. That's basically gonna be spring break.
That's Jazzy's birthday.
Are you serious?
March 19th is Jazzy's birthday.
I knew her birthday was in March 19th. Holy shit. I mean,
don't ask me how I remember that because I really don't know.
Honestly, I wasn't even gonna ask. Shout out to Jazzy. She was supposed to pod. I love you. But yeah, it's like that would be a dope game. I want to be in that game. Wearing
Good
a Kyle
atmosphere.
Kuzma jersey. Him drop 40 in the Lakers, and I'm just going crazy. I want to do it, bro. I just want to see it. He literally could be shit for the whole season, bro. But this man dropped 40 in the Lakers. I'd be like, I'm on the Kyle Kuzma train. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on the Redeem tour. I'm on it. Just for that one game. That's the vibes.
All I gotta say is I'm sick of working these damn Lakers Wizards games and we get our asses whooped. I'm tired of it. I'm so
Bro, I will never forget when we beat y'all last season.
Bro, I was sitting there so mad. But at the same time, it was one of those, like, we were coming off a back-to-back. And we had just started getting, like, our players back off of injury and COVID.
Yeah, it was literally near the end of the season. I remember the game, too, because I was calling you. I was
and that game got flexed to ESPN, and everybody thought we was about to get our ass whooped. But then
literally, but I swear I wasn't sure.
Everybody thought we was going to get our ass
blown off the floor. We about to get busted
like we was about to lose by 40 or something.
Literally, like we was about to get 50. We about to get double nickel. Like, if you understand, like it was crazy.
Hey, y'all won the championship that night. That's how y'all was acting. Y'all won the damn championship. I was like, good Lord. It's bad enough that LeBron misses free throws and they beat us in LA.
But I remember this shit, but you literally called me.
I was sick. I was sick. I was in my room. I was on the PS4 chat. Shout out Rudy Ream and Khalil. I was on the PS4 chat, bruh. I'm sitting here getting pissed off in the middle of playing FIFA. And FIFA already pisses me off. So I'm getting double pissed off.
If you play FIFA, you know. But yeah, okay. NBA play to look out for this season. I'm trying to be the one that says somebody different because you both say LaMelo. I wanted to say LaMelo. I actually want to say a hot take about LaMelo, but I'm going to save that for when it's needed. But honestly, player to look out for. I'm gonna pick one in the East and one in the West. So the West, I am picking. Dang, I had him on that. I'm actually picking Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell's gonna take it up another step this season. Because I think he's just kind of at the point where he's like, listen, Pee-wee keeps sleeping on Utah and he's sick and tired of it. And frankly, Utah is built like a good team. They just have Rudy Gobert and nobody respects him. Sadly, it is what it is. That's just a fact of the matter of it. If anyone's listening, like I said, NBA fan community does not respect Rudy Gobert. I know so many people that don't like this man. And shout out Smiles.
No reason.
Smiles hates that man.
For no reason.
Smiles hates that man, bro. Like, yo, every time we bring up Rudy Gobert on Xbox or whatever, he's like, bro, get that trash that stick out.
The way Smiles feels about Rudy Gobert is how I feel about Seth Rollins.
Y'all, bro. We were watching SummerSlam, bro. This man, Darien, during the Seth Rollins versus Edge match, was shit talking Seth Rollins from the entrance, bro. The moment Seth Rollins came out, bro, to the end of the match, he was shit talking this man. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life, bro. Like
Seth Rollins just exudes bitch.
Ooh, oh yeah, shout out. There will be a wrestling roundtable in the future, people. So look out for that. That's gonna be dope. But yeah, so Donovan Mitchell is my pick in the West. And in the East, I wanted to say Rui Hachimura, but they said it. So I'm going to go with a different player on the Wizards. I think Denny Adveda is going to be a player to look out for.
Oh, one more Wizard. Corey Kispert.
Oh yeah, that's my guy.
The Wizards they got something cooking up in DC, man.
And that's a scary thing. Kispert is coming off the bench this year. That's the scary part.
Mm-hmm. I think people. I think people count up the
bench might be underrated. Honestly, y'all might have an underrated bench. To be honest, we'll wait and see.
I think the Wizards are going to be a higher seed than people think. I think we're going to be the 5th seed. I strongly think that because the top.
Say all that.
Because here's the thing though. Here's the thing though.
I wouldn't say 5.
Here's the thing though. It's not a. I've said this before. I've said this before, and I think this season might be another example. The East is going to be a bloodbath between the 5th and the 8th seed. And in terms of talent, the only team I see superseding us is the Bulls. That's the only team. Like in terms of pure talent. Like, because I think in my opinion.
Wait, hold up. Wait, what? Wait, what did you say again? Wait,
I said between the 5th.
Again. Like, you said the Bulls are the only team.
Yeah, no, I said between the 5th and the 8th seed. Like that's gonna be a bloodbath. The only team that's gonna be in that bracket, because I think the top 4 seed is locked. I think it's Brooklyn, Bucks. We got to see Brooklyn, Bucks, the Hawks, and possibly the Heat. We got to see what the Sixers is like. That's why I'm just putting an asterisk on that.
And Boston.
Yeah. So Boston.
I won't know if I put the Hawks above Boston, bro.
No, I'm not saying any particular order. I'm just saying the top of it, because the Hawks they re-signed everybody, and they basically kept the team the same, and they drafted very, very well. I think the Hawks are definitely going to come out this season and surprise a lot of people, because the reason why they were not as good is because they had Lloyd Pierce. They fired Lloyd Pierce, signed Nate McMillan. In the second half of the season, they were one of the best teams in the NBA. So if they
now they're gonna get a full season of them.
Yeah, they're gonna get a full season of that. So that's what I'm saying. Like the only reason they were such a lower seed was because they came out the gate. They were struggling, man. They were struggling before they
was impressive how they came back.
Yeah, like
so before the All-Star break, they were like dead.
Yeah, they were not even in the playoffs.
No other team. They were not in the playoffs.
They were like the 9th, 10th seed. So I think a full season from Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan is a very good coach. I don't know why the fuck the Pacers got rid of him. That was so stupid. But yeah, I think he's a very good coach.
That was a weird move. They had no reason to.
I mean, mind you, they got whatchamacallit. They got what's this man? What's this man from Dallas, bro? I always forget this man's name, bro. What the heck, bro? They got a good coach out there.
You talking about Carlisle?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle. What the heck? I knew it was Rick something. I don't know why.
Are we talking about Indiana?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle's back in Indiana because he was an Indiana coach before. So that
I thought Terry Stotts went to Indiana.
No, Terry Stotts is not anywhere.
Oh,
that was Rick Carlisle. Yeah. Terry Stotts is on the unemployment line. Sadly, but yeah, like so. I think also Indiana's a sleeper team, but I think in terms of talent in that lower end of the East, like I said, I know we're going to be 5-6 because the only team I see that's going to be better than us is the Bulls, because it's just a talent gap. I think Wes Unseld Jr. is going to come out. He's going to.
I don't think the Bulls are better than us, though.
No, I'm saying in terms of talent, we're like kind of right here. That's what I'm saying. Like, because you know how sometimes in the NBA, it's not all about the talent; it's about how your season goes and how things mesh together. Like we're right here with the Bulls. It could go either way. We could be above them. They could be above us. That's what I'm saying. That like in that lower end of East teams. So I think that we could really be a better team than a lot of people. I think the East is gonna be very, very competitive this year. I think this year the Eastern Conference will probably be more competitive than the West. In my honest opinion, it could be much more competitive because the top three
competition-wise is going to be tighter.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think the play-in for the East is going to be crazy because you all know how the NBA season goes. There's always one team that underperforms, and I don't think it's going to be us. It's not going to be. We're going to overperform. We're going to be a playoff team. People are counting us to be the 9th seed.
If anything, last season y'all did overperform. I give y'all credit. I mean, y'all because nobody was really expecting y'all to even make the play-in. Y'all did end up making a play-in, so I give y'all that.
Hopefully the team that underperforms is Boston.
Honestly, I don't even see it being like Boston. I don't know because it's just like
I just don't like the Celtics.
Mind you, it just one understand. I don't know. I don't know how Dennis Schroeder's gonna fit in with Tatum and Brown. I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm kind of like
definitely a better fit than Kemba Walker. He's gonna be better than Kemba Walker. Yeah, Kemba Walker just.
I mean, the problem with Kemba Walker, he just couldn't stay healthy. That was it. That was really it. Like honestly,
Kemba barely played.
But Kemba literally barely. He kept getting injured. That was it. Like Kemba actually probably fit very well with the Celtics. He just wasn't available. So I don't really even say that. I just think that Kemba, he needs to have a season in New York where he proves to everybody he's a top tier. He's a top tier point guard for sure. That's what, and that's no. New York is another team that's gonna be the mix. So that 5 to 8 seed is about to be a monster. Oh my goodness, that's about to be fun this year. I'm looking forward to it. But
the East is very tight. Yeah, it's thinking about it, the East is very tight. It really is.
Yeah, like because like I said, we just bought crazy. Like we got to think about Miami. Miami's gonna be in that mix. Miami's gonna probably be the 4th seed most likely. And
can't sleep in the Heat.
Yeah. Like I said, Bulls, us, Indiana, Celtics. Don't forget about the Hornets too. Hornets is another team where you gotta look out for them. Like I think honestly, the only 2 teams that
my AC, the Hornets,
right? Yeah, like the only 2 teams in the East that's really kind of like you don't really see anything happening is Cleveland and Detroit.
And even Detroit is on their way up.
Yeah, Detroit's on the way. Oh yeah, Detroit they got something cooking. Detroit. I think in a few seasons, Detroit's
gonna be fun to watch.
They're gonna be. I'm calling it now. We're gonna come back to this fight when it happens. They're the Memphis Grizzlies of the East. They're going to be that hard-nosed team that maybe the season after this one, they're going to surprise everybody being the player.
Cunningham's going to be in his bag, bro. He's going to be a fun to watch. How it's fun to watch Ja Morant, bro? That's how I feel. So, Cunningham is going to be, bro. He's going to be fun to watch.
Cunningham's going to be a dog. He really is. Cunningham's going to be a dog. Jalen Green's going to be a dog.
Right now, his demeanor. He wants to bring the bad boys back to like he wants to ring for sure.
Yeah, and like I said, I like the energy and the bravado he shows. It's definitely different for sure.
Still want to say that the bad boys are in Miami.
I mean, for sure. Like
they
bad boys went on vacation.
They got a freaking goon squad, bro.
Yeah, Miami got all the dogs, bro. Like but if I'm not mistaken, Peter Tucker went to Miami. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm right.
And he brought his dogs with him.
Yeah. PJ Tucker went to Miami. He's not in Milwaukee.
I know that. Oh, dang.
I just remembered that. Yeah, he signed with Miami this season, bro. He signed a 2-year deal.
Interesting.
Right. Like Miami got all the dogs.
That's perfect with him and Jimmy Butler, honestly.
Right, honestly.
Matter of fact, he would love Jimmy Butler, bro.
Like Jimmy Butler, Bam, bro. And then they got Kyle Lowry.
They get along just fine.
Dog. Kyle Lowry's gonna be a dog himself too, bro. Like he's gonna be a pesky motherfucker.
They get Kyle Lowry. You know what? That's what they did get Kyle Lowry in the offseason. Yup. Miami did.
I'll never forget when Kyle Lowry took that charge in the All-Star game and we all fucking almost threw our fucking phone at the TV, bro. I was mad as shit, bro. Like this man took a nasty charge against Embiid and they called it. I was like, yo, Kyle Lowry, you fucking sneaky bastard. Fuck this nigga was getting all the charge calls in an All-Star game, bro. Crazy. But yeah, Miami got some dogs. But yeah, the Eastern Conference is gonna be fun this year. I'm looking forward to it. West is very, very, very top heavy. Extremely
it is
top heavy. Like, because honestly, I see let's just start predicting the seeding for the West. I think honestly the Lakers are gonna lock it down. I don't see no reason why they wouldn't. Unless they
They're
just
gonna be
don't
top
care,
three for
unless
sure.
they don't care about the first seed, then it'll be 2 or 3. But I think they're gonna go for number one. I think they're gonna hold on to more because the only two teams I see being actual comp for them with that is Denver. You know, Jamal Murray is gonna come back. He's gonna be a dog, and probably Phoenix, Denver and Phoenix. Those are, like I think Lakers, Denver,
Phoenix
Phoenix.
ain't
That's
done.
good. That's gonna be the top 3, and then you're gonna have Utah. You're gonna have Golden State and them. Golden State is gonna be definitely in that mix. You're gonna have
Better.
Clippers. Clippers are still gonna find a way to make it playoffs. They're too talented not to make it. You know, PG's probably gonna pull some Indiana carry job. He's gonna end up averaging probably like a solid 25, 7, and 6, and hope take him to the playoffs for sure. So that's that. And then I'm thinking, no, I'm missing Memphis. Memphis is always a threat to make the playoffs. And then honestly, I think the Pelicans have to make the playoffs this year. I don't think they have a choice.
They have to.
They have to, bro. They have to.
Their back is against the wall, man.
Literally, like, bro, if they don't make the playoffs, bro, they're gonna blow that team up. Like everybody's getting traded, bro. Zion's gone, Ingram's gone. Like, bro, they're gonna trade everybody. They're gonna trade the whole core. It's gonna be crazy. So I think the Pelicans and Memphis are gonna be the 7 or 8 seed. I think they have to. I think Pelicans they have to. But also, I think a team that people are not talking about in the West. Oh yeah, I forgot the Trailblazers. Shit, I didn't talk about them. They're gonna be a playoff team. That's another one too. So I think
as long as they have Dame, they're gonna be a playoff team.
Yeah, as long as they have Dame, they're gonna be a playoff team, bro. And I honestly don't know what's gonna go on with that whole team.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's why they really think about the Blazers because like we don't know what's going on with Dame. And with the kind of going back to Ben Simmons, that could be a possible destination for him. So we just don't. Yeah. That's what I know about the Blazers. Yeah, what's gonna happen with McCollum too, like McCollum. So yeah, that's kind of question with the Blazers.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, but I don't. With the whole Sixer thing, and honestly, speaking of Houston, I don't know how they're gonna trade John. I don't know how the hell that's gonna happen. I don't know how. Like that contract is
because
no one's
gonna take because you know good and damn well you can't do a John Wall for Russell Westbrook trade again. you can't do that again.
Only the Wizards and the Rockets could pull that off. Literally, only they could pull that off.
Bro,
and
the only reason the Rockets traded him is because they didn't want to help out the Lakers. Because looking back on it, with knowing what we know now, you feel like at least like somewhere in the conversation, the Wizards outright said, or it was implied to Russ, that after you play a season here, we could trade you to the Lakers. We don't care about helping them out. They're in the other conference. So you play one season here, and then we'll let you go to LA if you want to.
But can you imagine John Wall getting traded?
Because Russ definitely was going to be in LA.
Sorry.
Let's
just talk about like the most ridiculous, most unrealistic situation. Can you imagine if the Lakers and the Rockets tried to do that shit, bro? And the Houston ends up getting Westbrook back, and LA gets fucking John Wall. That would be hilarious.
Russell Westbrook would go in that first Rockets practice and be toxic.
Bruh.
We're talking Jimmy Butler, Minnesota time.
You thought James Harden was bad. You thought what James Harden was doing was bad.
No. Jimmy Butler, Minnesota.
That was toxic. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Minnesota. People don't talk about that, bro. That shit was toxic, bro. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy Butler, like, and then
Jimmy Butler was just a bully.
Jimmy Butler, he bullied Cat, bro, and he took a shot. Bro. I'm like, hey, yo, this nigga.
And Cat is like bigger than dude. This Cat is like much bigger than him. Much actually a little bit more built. It's like, dang, and he's still just I don't know.
Yeah, he still popped crazy, with Jordan Woods though. So who really winning?
I mean, he is winning with that. I'm not even about to hold you. He is. Cat winning in life, honestly. Regardless of he's winning in life, but this man is a young black man in the NBA. He's a good player. He's just been the past year, just like I always say, bro, just been unforgiving to that man, bro. Prayers up to that brother. That man's been through too much. I actually want the Timberwolves to do good just for him. Literally. Like this season, Y'all not gonna hear no
He's getting
Timberwolves
out of
slander.
Minnesota because I be feeling sorry for like Cat in Minnesota because like Cat don't deserve this.
But
man.
you know what's
He's
so
too
funny?
humble. He's too good.
Right.
He's very humble. That's why I like Cat. He's very humble, bro. He's very down to earth. I can tell that, but he still has that, that drive. He still has the talent. And like I kind of made it take years ago, like saying that I feel as though one day. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen now, but I feel as though Cat could have been like an MVP valuable player, but he still has the skill set to be like that, a top player in the NBA. He's just Minnesota, man. Minnesota needs career, especially with the Jimmy Butler situation. Like mentally, it's just like, dang, you can never really see him really fully on track in a winning situation, and it kind of sucks for him. It's kind of
okay. So two interesting news. Number one, Minnesota just fired their GM. They just fired the GM earlier today. They fired the GM, and they're upgrading their assistant GM.
Anyways,
that was random. And number two, so I just got a notification on my phone that the booster shot has been officially signed off for people 65 years and older. So
I'm not surprised about that.
I'm not surprised by that either. I was expecting that to happen.
I already knew we was all going to have to get another shot eventually.
Mm-hmm. Definitely gonna.
We all knew that.
Definitely 100%. All right. Darien, do you want to go ahead and take the lead for the soccer one you did? Not the favorite club and player, the Ronaldo and Messi changing clubs.
All right.
I'm gonna let you take the lead on that.
So, well, every soccer fan's dream has come true, and basically what every soccer fan thought wouldn't happen has happened, and every Barcelona's fan worst nightmare has happened. So Cristiano Ronaldo, who was once of Manchester United, who was also once of Real Madrid, who was also once of Juventus, is now back at Man United, which is every soccer fan's dream. I think every world football fan had been wanting to see CR7 back in red in Manchester for so long, where he's going to end his career. He's finally home, and
I'm coming home.
Yes. And just to top it all off, his first game back, he scored 2 goals, and Man United won, and was this close to getting a third and completing the hat trick. But regardless of the fact, Man United won. Also, the second goal he scored. Well, it wasn't the winner because Bruno Fernandes scored a beauty. But so there's that, and there have been rumors about Messi leaving Barcelona for maybe the last two years, year and a half, because a lot of these clubs, Juventus included, which is why they had to get rid of Ronaldo. I think they also had to get rid of Dybala. But some of these big clubs in soccer, like Barcelona, COVID really hit them hard financially. So they didn't really have a lot of the money to really give to players.
Mm-hmm.
And, Messi, is, again, top dog.
He getting his money.
Messi, like LeBron, is asking for over 40 mil a year in American dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Barcelona couldn't do that. They didn't have the money to do that, or at least the money to pay him, and then also get a Barcelona standard squad.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't really able to do that. So, I think even Messi said that he would take a pay cut, but even still, I guess the money was too low and they just couldn't do it. So they had to just part ways. Now Leo Messi is at PSG with Mbappe
Yeah,
and
we
Neymar,
talked about that when it happened. I remember that.
and they are and they also PSG had a very wild summer in terms of signings. Like they had maybe like one of the best summers, like summer transfer ever. Well, at least in a minute. I don't want to say that, but because they got Messi for free, they got Neymar. I think they signed a couple other people, and then the guy who basically literally saved the European Championships for Italy, Gianluigi Donnarumma, who is probably one of the best young goalies in the world. They signed him for free. Didn't. So when I say for free, I mean like how when like say like when Neymar went from Barcelona to PSG, and it said that PSG had to spend like 600 mil or something.
Yeah, it was some crazy. Yeah, it was a lot. It was an insane
some
amount of
crazy number to get to like lure him out of Barcelona. He also had like a release clause that caused a ton of money. Basically, PSG didn't have to do that with AC Milan because Donnarumma's contract was up. So basically, he's like a free agent. So they don't have to give nothing up. They don't have to pay anything. They can just grab him. So they got him for free, which PSG needed a fairly decent goalkeeper. And that team is freaking loaded because they still have Di Maria, they still have Mbappe, Neymar, and then you add on Messi and everyone else that's on that team. It's ridiculous.
But it's a super team. It's like, let me stop.
Look. Soccer's full of super teams. Just look at Man City, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Barcelona. All of those teams, they're super. They're super teams. But I really wanted this for Gideon because I know because I know that the rest of y'all aren't really that encaptured in soccer.
That's my next sport. That's my next sport I'm trying to conquer.
Even I've been kind of slacking on it, which is why I really don't know some of the people that's on PSG squad. All I know is that Arsenal stinks. And I will say it until we get good. We stink and we're going to get relegated.
He said we're going to be stuck in the garbage can. There ain't no getting out. But, this is a relatively quick and Adam. We're going to have one more topic, and it's the last one you put, Darien. You said, what makes a person good or toxic? So, what we're going to do with this one, we're going to have two people argue for both sides. Two people argue for good, and two people say what makes a person toxic. So,
I can do toxic.
All right. So, Evan says toxic. Who is my other toxic?
I guess I'll do toxic.
Why'd you say it like that? You was like you know how Bugsy, he was like, you know what? I'll just do it. But all right. So we have Evan and Mark on the toxic side. Me and Darien on the
I'm just getting the headache. That's all.
I understand, bro. I got you. In fact, since you're having a headache, let me let you go first so you can knock it out.
My mic is delayed low key, bro. Because I noticed, I think my mic has been delayed this whole episode. I don't know. I've been blowing the shit out of me low key.
It's been lagging.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like honestly, yeah. But it is what it is. It's whatever.
No way. We'll fix you out, bro. You be straight. That's how I was kind of covering you because you were saying something and I knew what you were gonna say. I was like, okay, let me fill in for Mark. Let me fill in the blanks and everything. But yeah, since
you go, Evan. You want to go?
Evan, go ahead.
So basically, I feel like the term toxic is subjective, and it has everything to do with the behaviors that we individually find to be unacceptable. So if we see somebody out here doing something that we think you shouldn't be doing, like you shouldn't be out here doing, then we gonna call them toxic. Like that's what toxic means to me. So it's like by some people's definitions, I am a good person, but by other people's definitions, I'm toxic, and that same rule applies to everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. So I'm gonna let Darien go last because yeah, Mark's mic is messing up, so we're gonna let him have a break. And he said he has a headache, so let him take it easy from here on. Um, like Evan said, these words are really subjective because good and toxic can mean different from me and you listening or the other guys on the pod. And even good is nothing because a lot of people try to act like they're good people, but they're really not. They're just trying to use the word good to mask what they really are. It's just like in a situation where, there'd be guys, who's naturally nice to a girl and he's expecting something back for that act of kindness, but it's just like, you can't do that. Can't do that. You're gonna play yourself. So, and there'd be guys that be continuing nice as a girl and expecting them something back, expecting some attention, expecting something crazy, and it's just like, yo, like, and then at the end of the day, expecting they're gonna get their turn in the rotation, but you was just being basically nice, bro. You ain't apply pressure, you ain't go out of your way, you ain't do nothing. You were just acting kind, being a kind person. And a lot of people act like a kind person, to kind of act like they're Mr. Goody Goody, so you can get the goody good, if you get what I mean. And it's just like, don't do that. Just be your genuine, authentic self because people respect that more. People appreciate that more, especially in a world where a lot of people are two faced and fake and want to act a certain way to get to a certain thing or get what they want. It's like people will use the word good when really good. I don't think good is actually a thing because the reason why I say that is you have genuine good people, but we all have a bad side. There's a lot of duality in life. Like I've learned in my 25 years of living that there's not this black and white. There's a lot of silver lining. There's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of stuff where it's like depending on the situation or depending on what's going on. So good, in my opinion, is a word that's just not true. We just have people that either are genuine kind people. I prefer to use that because good is just something that's very generic. You have your genuine kind people, and then you have your people that are deceivers and users and try to get to a certain point to make you feel good and make you feel comfortable. So you drop your guard, and then they show their true self, like a snake slithering in the garden. So that's my take on the word good and the characterization of the word good.
Yeah, I kind of, when you asked that question, you said split it into two. I made the face I made because Evan I was literally going to echo exactly what you said. Like good and bad is subjective. And like you said, what's good to me isn't good to you. What's toxic to Mark isn't toxic to Sanfa. You know what I mean? But piggybacking off of what Sanfa said, like good people don't sit here and talk about how good they are to everybody. Good people are just good people because that's just who they are. Everyone's like, oh, well, you're so da 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 da. You're so good. And it's just like, okay, that's just who I am. Good people don't do stuff and say, okay, well, I did this for you. Now you have to do this for me. You know, they don't keep score. They don't do none of that. Now, however, it doesn't mean that sometimes you have to remind people of who you are. And sometimes if people start trying to act different or try and switch up, you do have to be like, bruh, I've been here for you through da 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 da. I helped you through da 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 da, and this is how you're gonna treat me. Although, situations are situational, but at the same time, you can use that in this situation because again, situations are situational. But damn it, Evan, he threw me. He threw me because he literally said what I was.
See, and by some people's definitions, now I'm toxic.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people love to judge everything as what's in front of you when it's always something else, you know. And like Darien said, when you're a genuine person, you're not keeping tracks and keeping tabs of all the good things you do. You're just a naturally good. Sorry, hit the mic. Sorry, but a naturally good person. You're just that's who you are. You're just a naturally kind person, and I feel like a lot of people try to not only abuse that kindness, but try to project their own fake kindness towards others to get something from people. When you're a genuine person, you just want to do good just to be your good. You're a good Samaritan. You're a good-hearted person. You want the best for everybody. That is favorable. Not people that's kind of doing bad acts or anything. But you want to not only see the best of everyone, but you want the best for everyone. That's being a good person, a genuine person. But that word "good" and the word "toxic" as well is overused as well because not everybody's definition of toxic is the same. Some people have a very minimal say. They'll call you toxic just for standing up for yourself.
Well, what is toxic to you guys?
I'm glad you asked that question because I was about to ask that to y'all. Toxic to me is when someone, I'm trying to get the right words, I'm trying to process the right words, and then I got freaking notifications coming in like crazy. Someone just sent me a Bible verse. Where is that? Psalms 38, 34. Anyway, shout out to that person. But toxic is someone who they just protrude negative energy where they're just negative about everything. Like they see the worst of everything. And when it comes to certain situations, they're over here acting out for nothing. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this for an example. Say like, we're all out going to eat. We're at BWW, we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, right? We all ordered our food and the waitress comes, she's trying to make sure the orders are right. And Darien over here starts repeating the order and they're barking like, "What's taking you so long to write it down? Like, are you slow or something? Are you tripping?" And they were all like, "Whoa, bro, wait, hold up, calm down. She's trying to make sure it's right. Nah, she can hear it the first time, bro. It ain't that big of a deal." That's toxic. Doing too much. Relax. Like, it's not that serious. You're making a big deal out of something that's not a big deal. That's my definition of toxic. Someone that just exudes negative energy, or they think the worst of every situation, or they're very nitpicky for no reason. That's toxic for me.
And I'm gonna add on to that. What's toxic for me is when people just lash out at everybody else for not being perfect, but then expect like nothing but love and grace whenever they mess up. Because it's like, bro, these people are human, but so are you. Like you're not God, you're not Jesus Christ. You are human, just like me. So it's like if I slip up and then you start cussing me out, we both know good and well that if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't like that. So it's like people who have a lot of patience for themselves, which is a good thing, but they don't have even half of that patience for other people.
Thank you for saying that
What
because I
I've
wanted someone else to say that, but go ahead, David.
what I've also learned is if you okay, cause fuck, what was I about to say?
Come on, man, you got end strong.
If you're a real good person, or I don't even want to say good person. If you're a genuine person, and like toxic, draining people, people that it's always a problem. They always got something to say. Every time you're around them, they always talking shit about people. They never got nothing nice to say. They always complain.
Woo!
That's someone that's someone that's toxic that just lives off negativity. It's like no matter what they're doing, no matter who's around them, it's always something. You know, oh, I don't like her hair. Oh, why is head big? Like, no, why you got a big old head? Why you eating like that? Just little nitpicky stuff. Like they like to just complain about shit. And then I'm gonna use relationships. Like if you're in a toxic relationship, like you're with that person, like a lot of toxic people will get with someone who we'll call genuine or a good person or someone that has a big heart. And they'll prey on that big heart because they know that you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that this person, the toxic person, is happy. But the thing is, the toxic person, low key, is miserable. They ain't never going to be happy. Or the only time when they see happiness is when you're in agony. You know, is when you're just as low, if not lower than they are, so they can feel a little bit better about themselves. I'm done.
That was great. And like I said, you guys brought some beautiful, lovely points. Do y'all have anything to say before we close out for today?
And another thing that's toxic is if you want my zebras to get caught.
I'm so happy you brought it up.
They not catching us, dog. They not catching them zebras. We free forever.
I just want to say, for the first time this new season on this Victory podcast, how about them Cowboys?
Oh, yeah. Catch all of us at B-Dubs on Monday. The B-Dubs and Vista Gardens.
B-Dubs Vista Gardens.
B-Dubs and Vista Gardens. We all gonna be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be laughs. It's gonna be great vibes. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Know the Gang. We see you. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody showing support. Shout out to everybody sharing and spreading the word and doing God's beautiful work. Thank you for tuning in this week. We appreciate you. You guys help make us great. Like I said earlier, if you caught it, we're going to start doing roundtable discussions. And I'm just going to explain it before we cut off for today. Roundtable discussions will basically be us. Sometimes it won't even be all four of us, but one of us will be hosting the roundtable discussion. And we're going to invite a bunch of our friends, and even could be some of you listeners to hop on. And we all just literally talk about one topic for an hour and a half. Just deep dive. It could be literally anything. I got one planned for anime, wrestling, basketball, football. It's going to happen once a month. This roundtable is going to be good. You're going to be seeing a lot of familiar faces, and I think it's going to be beautiful content. I think we're going to get, probably get some debates, some heated debates, some nice back and forths. We're going to get some beautiful discussion, all here in the 301 Outlet Podcast. One of the best podcasts in DMV, and we're always evolving here, taking steps forward. We thank you for checking us out. You guys stay beautiful, lovely, peace, love, happiness, and we are out.